What's up everyone, welcome to a new video. As you know already, in this channel you can find a lot of information about how I trade and some concepts about smart money, which are some concepts that I have inside of my strategy. Now, as I said already in many other videos or on my Instagram, if you follow me already, and if you don't, make sure to go follow me for also daily tips and to actually follow what I'm doing and my entries and my trades and so on. As I say many times, smart money is a great tool. It has some great concepts, but in my opinion, it is not something that makes you profitable. As you know, right now, it is very, very popular. A lot of traders are using smart money, including myself, keep in mind. But still, the 90%, so the majority, 90% of traders, or maybe also 95% of traders, are still losing money, as I say many, many times. And you might wonder why. Why everyone thinks that smart money makes a person profitable, but they still lose money. The reason why is because a system with an edge on the market is missing. Smart money has great concepts. They can be applied, they make you understand how the market moves. But if you don't have a system that is proven to work over time and is proven to give you that extra edge in the market, then it is not enough to actually be profitable. Of course, mindset and psychology plays a huge role, and you might argue that 90% of traders also lose because of that, and I agree that it plays a role inside of the overall 90% of traders, but this is not the only thing. Keep in mind that smart money needs to be contextualized inside of your strategy. With that being said, I hope that you will like this video. Make sure to subscribe, because I will drop 1 or 2 free videos with free education here on my YouTube every single week. And if you want to join my course for some extra education and to actually learn how I trade and to follow my setups and my entries, then the links are here below. I'll see you in the video. Let's get started with this live trading. First of all, let's go over the main pairs. As I sent already in the channel, I see only NZD-CAD as very interesting. Now I will explain why. There might be some other opportunities on gold, for example, but as of now, I don't really like this setup. I will explain everything in a second. US 30 might also be interesting, but US 30, I like to trade it during New York, during the New York kill zone. So, so soon, basically. Well, actually, right now, from now on. Let's get started. If you have any question, please write in the chat. And for now, I just want to go over my pairs. So first of all, we have EURUSD. You know, the EURUSD have been bearish for quite some time. The euro is losing value while the dollar is gaining value. Here we have this move to the downside, this over move to the downside. Therefore, this change of character is not that strong for me. Now, of course, we can go a little bit more bullish, but I see bearish continuations coming for Euro USD. This is why I am looking for sells above the Asian range. So for example, here yesterday we had possible sells above Asian range. There was no possible entry for me, at least, because this right here was my confirmation. We go above Asian range. I know that we are bearish. This is confirmation. We want to enter. Let's say we also take this big up candle before the down move. We never trigger it, basically. So it was good setup overall, but no possible entry. I just want quality setups, so I just stick to the strategy, you know. Here, for example, today we had, of course, I'm bearish again. I wait for us to go above Asian range. After we go above Asian range, we just keep going with bullish scenario. Break, retracement to demand, break, retracement to demand. Now here, we finally break demand with this move, but I want to have a good entry. So my possible good entry is up here. And at this point, this time of the day, I just don't see it as interesting anymore, because by the time we come back up to this level, we're probably outside my trading hours already. Plus, there are possible higher areas from which we want to trade from. So I might as well just wait for tomorrow's Asian range to be formed. I don't know if we will form it here, lower, higher, wherever. Hopefully it will be something like this. We have a manipulation of the Asian range here. We either tap into this key area or the higher key area. We give a confirmation, and tomorrow I will look for shorts, basically. This is my overall idea for Euro USD. Let's go over GBP USD. Was interesting as well, but again, quality setups with quality entries. Here we had our Asian range, which is trending to the downside. This is a good indication, as when it is trending to the downside, we have higher possibilities of going short. We go above the Asian range. We are overall bearish, also on higher time frames, as you might notice. Here is just a grab of liquidity. I didn't even consider this as possible bullish. I go on lower time frames. Let's check it out. Yesterday, to be honest, I missed this one, to be honest. Today, I didn't miss anything. We just didn't have an entry. I really like to look at the 3 minutes. And in the 3 minutes, this was my confirmation right here. And once we broke it, you know, I want to have a good entry. So one can be this one, which wasn't triggered, not even this one. Best possible entry for me is this one above internal liquidity, which again didn't get triggered. I was eyeing this one for today, just no possible entry. Now, if we go on the 1 minute, you might argue that there was an entry, and I agree with that. Just that the 1 minute, I didn't really like the 1 minute setup, because as you know, we might get this little break to the upside, break to the downside. We didn't even retrace to this candle. So anyway, even confirmation on the 1 minute, we didn't give an entry tapping into the order block. But anyway, you might argue that this is confirmation on the 1 minute, let alone the fact that we didn't trigger the entry anyway. So in any case, we just didn't have the opportunity to get in. But I prefer to see a 3 minutes clearer setup in order for me to get involved in the market. Now, NZD CAD, the reason why I like it is because overall we're bearish. I go on lower time frames, wait for the Asian range to be swept. We basically take liquidity of the Asian range, we go above. After going here, we get this confirmation. So which demand is in control? We have this demand, which caused this breakout structure. Therefore, this demand is in control. Now, this wasn't confirmation for me. If you go on the 1 minute, you might argue that that's confirmation for you. For example, I don't know, maybe something like this, that this right here is your confirmation. For me, it's just not. Just not, because otherwise this also could have been confirmation. Once we break this, well, actually not, because this high didn't create any. Well, let's make another example. This one, perfect. Break to the downside, random change of characters, you trade to the downside, and then you just get, you know, just hit a stop loss. Now here, my confirmation was when the demand, which was in control, was broken. Here it was broken, therefore I want to trade from the supply that caused the break of the demand, which is this one. Therefore, I am waiting for this. I will want to see a retracement to this area and a confirmation on the 1 minute in that case. We also had Euro GBP. To be honest, there was the only possible trade that I saw today was on Euro GBP. And then, as you saw, GBP USD, even if we looked at 1 minute confirmation, there was no possible entry. NZD CAD, there is a possible trade, but we need to go to the key area in order to have an entry. Now, Euro GBP, there was a possible trade, but it wasn't one of my favorite setups. I would say that overall, the bias is not that clear. I mean, overall, we are bearish, therefore going with buys wasn't my best option, to be honest. I would prefer, now that we grabbed this internal liquidity, to start looking for sells rather than looking for those buys that we had earlier. So right now, if we create some good structure, I might actually look for sells, but we need to create something clearer, not just a V recovery, but actually go to the upside, create some structure, break it, continue, and maybe get involved here. Okay. Now, Here, the possible entry that I'm talking about is that this is the opening price of the day, midnight New York opening price. We go below it. After going below it, we create this change of character right here. Change of character. And this could have been a possible entry. Now, if you don't take this one, because maybe you don't like it, whatever, we go to the upside, create this breaker structure, create this demand, come back to demand, and have 1 minute confirmation right here. 1 minute confirmation with possible entry. This could have been nice, but I would have viewed it more as a gamble rather than an actual good trade, good setup, because we already pushed above Asian range. Therefore, I already prefer sells rather than buys. Second reason is because higher timeframes are bearish, as you can see. We create this bearish push and we might look for sells from here. Now, these two reasons put together kind of didn't make me comfortable to take this trade. And you can see why. The last one is gold. Gold, let's go on 3 minutes. Gold overall bearish, well, overall bullish long term, but overall bearish for now. There is huge liquidity below this support, which was tested many times. This is just retail support. I kind of want to see gold go below it, possibly tap into this area and then go back bullish. I see gold bullish overall, but I see also this liquidity that needs to be taken on the weekly, which is really important. On the 15 minutes, therefore, just my bias is overall bearish as we need to go grab that liquidity. We push above Asian range, which was trending to the downside. And I'm looking for confirmation. We are here on the 3 minutes. And you might argue again that this is confirmation. And I actually agree because we are on the 3 minutes. This is confirmation. And I marked out my key area. I actually took also 2 candles and not only one in order to kind of give more space for the trade to be entered, but we just didn't retrace to the entry. Now, one thing for me, this is really important. One thing is that if we give this confirmation here, come back with a possible entry and go to the downside, and by this time I'm already break even or whatever. But right now, we just reached this demand area. And this demand area, if we don't look at substructure, this is substructure right here. But if we look at overall major structure, this is just, let me delete everything and show you. This is just breaker structure to the upside, demand in control. Until this demand fails, I cannot go with sells. Now, this also might align with our overall strategy, because if this demand fails, and therefore we grabbed this liquidity, we need to go for internal liquidity. Therefore, this can become internal liquidity, this can become internal liquidity, and we might finally have our order block here to trade from once the price comes back and gives a confirmation. I want to see at least a 1 minute confirmation in order to take it.